Hey, this is Matt. I'm here with the guys from Carousel Kings. How we doing today, fellas?
Good man. How
Pretty
are
good.
you?
I'm doing well. So let's talk about the new song you guys come out with, "Something in the Water." Tell me a little bit about the background of it. Tell me, the meaning behind it. What inspired you to write the song.
It is an awesome punk track. We wanted to throw a lot of energy because a lot of this album is different from that. So we wanted to remind everyone that we still got that in our soul. But yeah, the music was kind of Dave had the progression, and we sort of just were like, yeah, let's do something punk and awesome, something high energy, fast pace, but still sounded cool. Big chorus, all the oohs and ahs. Um,
Right.
yeah, and it's Dave with the lyrics. That's all you. What do you got?
Willie with the shredding.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was just a fun track. The original one was, or the demo version was like kind of like a dance weird thing. So it's cool that it ended up how it actually is. It's way different.
Okay. Now I know that I listened to. Let me see what was another one. Disappear. Really dug that one. I think your range and your voice is exposed a lot more in that. Um, I enjoyed the song itself. The lyrics to it had a real good feeling to it. How about that song? I know. I mean, most people, if they listen to it, can get the meaning, but how did it come about? How did you write that one down?
That was I think it was our first true collab song, right? Will, that was
yeah.
so the music was provided and written by mostly Sunday Friend, who's an artist out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Hmm.
Uh, and then a lot of the lyrics were sort of written on the spot in the studio, uh, and then kind of just digging from the graveyard of lyrics, as I call it. But that, I guess, most of the lyrics are just about your breakup song.
Hmm.
Uh, I was in a relationship that was serious, and it kind of just ended. So I guess that sort of sums it up in an easy way.
I mean, as an artist, that's always nice that you can write your feelings down on paper when something like that happens and put it into a kick-ass song.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. It feels good to get stuff like that out, and then it's sort of an icing on the cake when it ends up actually being into a song.
Right, right. So the other one, "Something in the Water," you guys that featured Paycheck.
Right. Yeah,
So,
he's the independent artist from North Carolina.
mhm.
Um, yeah, he crushed his part.
I didn't know him prior to this, prior to our collab. But yeah, I mean, he filled in that spot really well. We had the part originally, no vocals. We were like, what do we put here? What are we gonna do? And his feature really kind of just solidified the song.
Right. So, I mean, being a duo, a singer and an instrumentalist, is that tough when you're playing shows? I mean, you got your drum tracks, your bass and everything. I mean, do you guys, when you're doing live shows, do you have fill-ins that do that for you, or is it just you two on stage doing your thing?
we at one point had a full band. COVID mixed with some other things. I guess just the progression of time. It ended up just being Will and myself. We haven't really played out since COVID. I believe our last show was what 2 or 3 years ago, maybe.
Oh wow.
Uh, so I mean, we just started writing um, as soon as that happened, I guess. So
Right.
we're open to playing in the future. It's just sort of not something that was seemingly possible at all for either of us. So
Yeah, I mean, it did mess up a lot of people. I talked to a lot of artists that were like really at a heightened spot at that time, and then COVID hit, and now they're trying to, get back up there. Everybody that I talk to pretty much is independent artists, love it. I just, I'm not going to put the industry down, but I mean, a lot of things that I've heard about it aren't good. And the fact that you guys are taking your time and your own money and everything, and you're putting out, your music, and I think there's with that more feeling that comes with it. So as you was saying, disappear as a breakup song, but I mean, you can tell that when you listen to the song, and the lyrics and the music to it, I mean, really makes you feel it. It's not that industrialized cookie cutter music. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys are really putting it into it, and I think that that's authentic.
Thank you.
Appreciate that,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, that's something we strive for. I feel like, like we don't sit down and be like, okay, what's he gonna like, what's she gonna like, what are they gonna like? It's like, all right, what do we like, what sounds good, what feels good to play, what feels right, what can we express, so and I mean, it's not that we think about the fans too, but it's not solely like what are they gonna like.
Right.
Yeah, it comes from within a lot. It's pretty cool. We have a good time writing for sure.
Well, and I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think that's important. Number one is, you guys are putting yourself out there. You know what I mean? And you're putting everything you have into the lyrics and the music. And I think that's why I like independent artists more now than what I like mainstream. Because mainstream, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my Avenged Sevenfold, Metallica, bands like that. But I mean, I've been introduced to a lot of really good musicians, a lot of good music that I would have never known without these publicists that I'm working with. And, I think that, you guys you definitely got it going on. So, I mean, are you going to just release more singles from the album and then maybe, get a band together and hit the road, or are you just going to release singles and keep writing? Or, I mean, what's the future plans for right now?
Right now, the only plans we have are the singles from the album. I believe it's like every 6 weeks, and then it cuts back to like one song every month in like October, I think. And that'll lead up until February of next year when the actual physical product comes out for the album, like the vinyl, the CD. Um, we have an EP in the bag after that we recorded with Alan Day from 4 Years Strong.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a couple other singles ready, as well as a few other remixes of older stuff. So I don't know. I think we're just kind of having fun with it, and sort of like, I don't want to say like throwing it against the wall and see what sticks, but if we got an offer, I'm sure we would consider it if it was worth it.
Right. How about you, Will? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, same, man. Anything's possible. We always crush it whenever we get together to write a song. Yeah, we got plenty of songs coming out, songs in the bank. We got an EP's worth at least. There's plenty of ideas, but yeah, definitely always open to play. Like Dave said, I mean, if the timing's right and if the stars are aligned, yeah, for sure.
Right. And I really dug the name of the album, Untitled Mixtape. So, I mean, that kind of gives it that punk, back in the day feel. Because, I mean, anybody that grew up in the era of tapes had mixtapes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
And I mean, I was talking with another artist, and we was kind of talking about how, he was, a lot of his stuff is streamed, but he actually wants to get, stuff pressed because it's nice to have the tangible goods, the physical album that, like, 15 years down the road, you could say, hey, I made this. And I think for a lot of people that are music fans like myself, that's kind of nice to have too. I mean, I've acquired, my wife bought me a record player for Christmas, and I've acquired quite a few records since then. And I mean, it's like I was telling him, there's the nostalgic feeling of when you play a record through the record player speakers, it's got the crackles and pops. And then when you play it through your Bluetooth speaker, it sounds a little more modern. So, I mean, you can kind of have it both ways right there. And I mean, I think that you guys, making physical copies is always a good thing,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, people love vinyls for sure. I have the first full length I ever did, Charm City. I still have a vinyl. It's like one of the only ones I own. I don't really have much space, so I'm not a big collector, but
Right.
it's definitely cool to have. Dave, you got a bunch of vinyls? You got a vinyl case, right?
I'm a nerd. I definitely collect stuff. I got too much stuff. But yeah, vinyl. I feel like that's sort of. I guess that stemmed from me really loving the vinyl, as well as, I mean, I think our fans generally like the vinyl too. But even if they didn't, I would still probably make it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would like to. I mean, vinyl has been making a huge comeback. I would like to see cassettes do it again. I don't know why, but I was at a concert a few weeks ago doing interviews, and one of the bands that I interviewed, we just kind of hooked up, throughout the show. I didn't even know who they were or anything. They put on a great show and everything. A band called Knife Planted Out, and walked over to the merch table, and they had a cassette tape sitting there. It wrapped in plastic, everything. It was their music. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Does like anybody at the show even know what this is?" But I mean, it's I don't know. A lot of people like streaming. I don't. I have like 1,500 songs downloaded to my phone, so I can't say that I don't. But I love to have that, just to slide that tape in or put the needle down on the record or whatever. I mean, it's awesome. And you guys, I mean, like I said, the name of the album and the cover is just is fabulous. I love it. It's simple. It's great. You guys are nailing it, man.
Thanks, dude. Thank you, brother. That's appreciated. That's that's how we do it. We just, we have fun. We what's the guys who made the cover? That's oh no, the cover. Yeah, the cover art. That's you guys, right, Dave? It's you and Krista.
Yeah, Krista, my girlfriend, made everything pretty much, except for the only single art she didn't do was was the Something in the Water one. That was Gunner. I don't know his last name, but it's Gunner V Tattoo. He's this really talented dude from Norway.
Okay, so I mean,
killed that art.
You
and your girlfriend both talented. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's fun to collab with, man. I feel like she's really fun. I feel lucky to have that by my side.
Nice. So, Will, what's your axe of choice, man? What do you like playing?
Dude, I'm a headless man. I rock Strandberg guitars primarily. It's a company based out of Sweden. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but yeah, this dude, Ola Strandberg, big props to him, man. He sent me my first one we were out in England, and I needed something else out there, and he was gracious enough to send me one out, and it was awesome. I fell in love. I still, play with every day, play with it to this day. It's cool little headless 6-string. And I had a 7-string. The 8 strings are cool. They're great guitars. They're really cool.
No, yeah, I've actually done a few interviews recently with people that have played headless guitars, and I really hadn't seen those in years, man. I think God, the last ones that really used it a lot was ZZ Top.
Yeah, they're probably playing Steinbergers or something, like the 80s ones.
Right. So, all right, guys. I know, Will, you said you was tired and just got off work, and Dave, I appreciate your guys' time. I'll get this edited and up and, get you out there a little bit, and just to let you guys know, come October, I think I'm going to probably work on starting a podcast so
Cool.
that I can play music on a podcast platform of independent artists. So, if you guys want to get with me, then you can submit some of your music and, get it out there on that platform too.
Sounds awesome, man. Heck yeah.
Definitely,
All
dude.
right.
That'd be fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm all about supporting, local and independent talent, man. I mean, you guys are, it's like, I don't want to say underground, but you're the underground, and the underground is mysterious and it's cool, and it's fun to listen to. And like I said, I just actually got an email today from a PR company out in the United Kingdom. So I'm looking forward to seeing, some of their acts, and
Yeah.
talking with them. I mean, it's been great. I love it. And, I love what you guys do, and I appreciate what you guys do. And, I'm all about helping you out.
That's cool, Mike. We appreciate that. I said, we write for us, and we are you. We're just like that. And so I feel like that's why people connect with us, because we're the everyday dude just rocking it out.
Exactly.
Real.
All right, fellas. Well, I'll go ahead and let you get about your evening, and I appreciate your time, and look forward to hearing from you soon.
Heck
Awesome.
yeah, Mike. Thanks, man.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
man. Appreciate
All
your
right.
time as well. Have a good night.
You too.
All right.